Welcome home to USA Global TV and Radio. Ours is a place where dreams take flight, voices are heard, and stories are shared. This is where cultures meet, connections are formed, and ideas are transformed into action. This is your destination for authentic storytelling, diverse perspectives, and meaningful conversations. We're where global stories unite and bridges are built beyond all borders. Discover our world of education, entertainment, hope, and inspiration. Together, we're building bridges worldwide. Subscribe to our USA Global TV channel and download our USA Global TV app. Be our guest or join our team. Visit usaglobaltv.com. With heartfelt thanks to our executive producer, Dr. Jacalyn Kerbeck, music scored by Yifei Tang from Cloud Road Music, creative direction by Paul Garcia, and I'm Al Cini, and I'm very proud to be part of the USA Global TV and Radio family. So join us here at USA Global TV and Radio. Make us your home for global connection. All rights reserved. This video and its contents are the exclusive property of USA Global TV and Radio. Unauthorized use, duplication, or redistribution in any form is strictly prohibited. Thank you for being a part of our global community. Let's inspire together.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome home to USA Global TV and Radio, where we proudly provide world-class education, entertainment, hope, and inspiration. I'm Dr. Jacalyn Kerbeck, and it's an absolute pleasure to be here with you for another episode of the latest updates. Today's episode is very personal, and it's about trusting the whisper within. And for me, I call this intuition. And for you, you might think of it in another way. It might be a voice that you hear, a feeling that you have within your gut, whatever it is that's coming up for you. So I today went to work out, which is something that I do typically 7 days a week. And I go to a certain establishment, which is top of the line, outstanding. And I take certain classes, and the class I was taking today involved doing a number of things on the treadmill in terms of interval training and then things on the floor. And when I walked into the gym, I said to myself, you know, every time that you wear this particular brand of sneakers, you trip, whether you're walking or running or whatever it is. So maybe you should change your sneakers. And I have plenty of pairs of sneakers, and I just decided for whatever reason, I was just going to continue with those sneakers. I don't even know why. I guess my mind was preoccupied. So I went to do the class, and I started doing a warm-up. I was walking, and then the class started, and we have different amounts of time that we do intervals for taking up the incline as well as the speed. And so I think I was on level 2 or 3, and I was running. And 1 minute I was running, and the next minute I was on the floor. So I literally fell off the treadmill. And I don't even remember the second that it happened. And the thing that's so interesting is, for any of you who know me or you've joined me before, when my father was alive, we had a list, and the list was not written down per se. I mean, I think at one point we actually did start writing it down, but it was a list of all the things that we thought could potentially happen to us. And there were negative things. And so it would be, you know, getting hit by a car or having a piano fall on your head from it above, all these various things. And so never did I ever think that I would be running on a treadmill 1 minute and then at the urgent care the next. So today, here I am as a result of not listening to my intuition. 1 minute I'm running on the treadmill, and the next minute I am on the floor. And what I have to say is I'm so grateful, because behind the treadmill is a wall, and I literally could have hit the wall. I could have broken my teeth. I could have done any number of things. And by the way, for all the abuse I get about my nails, not one nail broke, which is unbelievable. So there are many things to be grateful for. But I wanted to do this show even though I am in pain and I'm not taking any pain medication, I have ulcerative colitis, so I don't ever want to put any other things into my body because my ulcerative colitis is under control at the moment. But I didn't listen to my intuition. My intuition told me, do not wear those sneakers. Every time you wear those sneakers, I don't know if they're too big. I don't know if it's the brand. And interestingly enough, when I was in the locker room and I had to have somebody help me get changed, that person also had the same brand of sneaker and also tripped. So I'm not going to say the name of the brand, but there must be something about this brand of sneakers that maybe the brand of sneaker, maybe it's too heavy. I don't know what the case is. But anyway, I did not follow my intuitions. I take complete and total responsibility for it. And in fact, I kept saying to myself as I was being attended to by the wonderful staff there at the gym, they couldn't have been any more gracious and understanding. I disrupted the entire class. And I kept saying, what an idiot I am. I said it out loud and I thought it. I kept thinking, idiot, idiot, idiot. You knew not to wear those sneakers. And I don't know what it was. I'd really like to do a deep dive into my psyche to find out why I would continue wearing the sneakers. Why would I ever wear them again? And I guess I thought if I held on to the treadmill that I wouldn't fall. But I was holding on with both hands. And when I fell, I think that's how I really hurt my hand. And by the way, this hand really hurts too, but nothing's broken, thank goodness. And my knees are all, they're all messed up. They have, marks on them, and I'm going to be fine though. But I thought to myself, what is it about our intuition that we don't listen to it? It's almost like having an advisor with you that is with you all the time, that knows you better than anyone else. And in the past, I haven't listened to my intuition as much as I have recently. And today was another example of how we fall into patterns of behavior that I knew I should listen to the intuition, but I didn't. So I just want to share with you, trust the whisper within, that little voice, that feeling in your gut, that feeling inside that tells you maybe this isn't the best path. Maybe this isn't the best way forward. Just trust it. And instead of looking outside to get validation, look within. That is what I'm saying to myself again and again. So that's my latest update on that. I am scheduled to go on a trip where I'm going to be presenting one of my classes, and I'm hoping and praying that I'm going to be able to pull luggage because that's really important. So we'll see. We'll see. Thank you for any prayers and any support that you might be offering. The next thing is that my new book, Holy But Harmful, The Silent Sin of Judgment, is out. I actually have a copy of the paperback, and I also have a copy of the hardback, which is a proof copy. So this is not for sale, but I got it as a proof. And so I got this. I ordered this before I ordered this. And so what I just want to say candidly is this is so nice. I've never done any of my books in a hardback. This is really nice. Now, what I did find when I was doing the editing, waiting for the doctor in the urgent care, is that in chapter one of the areas of context is repeated. So I have to go and change that. So if you happen to purchase a copy that has in chapter 1 some of the references repeated, reach out to me directly and I will make it up to you. I don't know what was going on, but I guess we all make mistakes, right? So I did this book entirely by myself. I have a book coach, I have editors, but I decided to do the whole thing myself. And so I made a mistake and I repeated something. So I apologize for that. So that's another update, just being candid and being vulnerable that we all make mistakes. So if you happen to get a copy of the book in chapter 1, I hope that you won't be judging the fact that there is some content that's repeated. And I hope that you'll take the overall look at the book as a whole. So that's another update. My third update, in case you didn't know, I am filling in for Justin Merigliani on You as a Whole, Body, Mind, and Soul. And this show is really rewarding. I'm really enjoying it. We have episodes on Monday nights at 8 o'clock Eastern Time, which is 5 p.m. Pacific Time. And I've really enjoyed, filling in for him. It's been terrific. So he'll be back soon and he'll be picking up the show where he left off. And then I also have my own show called Judgment, the Hidden Sin, How Judgment Shapes Our Relationships, Workplaces, and Beliefs. And this show is now booked out until December. So if you'd like to be a guest, you can go to our website, usaglobaltvandradio.com. So what I want to talk about for the rest of the show, in alignment with Trust the Whisper Within, is how we judge ourselves. I just shared with you when I fell off the treadmill, I don't think for a minute I was embarrassed. I just was angry, and I was angry for a couple of reasons. So if you know me, you know how important exercise is to me, and I typically work out for at least 2 hours a day, sometimes 3 hours a day. And that is a gift. That is at the top of my list. When I look through all the things in my life, that is at the top: health and wellness. People will say, well, how do you find the time? I don't find the time. I make the time. It is priority number one. So when I fell off the treadmill, the first thing I thought of was, can I change my sneakers and go back on? But this was bleeding and this was turning black and blue. And this hand was really bothering me. The knees, they were okay, but I really thought, now I'm not going to get in all of my exercise time. And I had on my watch that was tracking what I was doing, and I have it set for 72 minutes a day. And of course, I always go, it's usually 180, 190, but 600, I think 520 calories in the winter and 620 calories. So I knew I wasn't going to burn as many calories as I needed. And I knew I wasn't going to get in the 72 minimum minutes of exercise. And so I just wanted to get back up on that treadmill and finish the class. But if I could have done the treadmill and then gone to the floor, I certainly wouldn't be able to do push-ups and lifting weights and anything else. But in my mind, I kept wanting to say, okay, this did not really happen to me. I'm actually in denial now. I just want to move forward, get on the treadmill, and get back to working out. And when I went to urgent care, I thought to myself, oh my goodness, I'm not going to be able to work out for some period of time. And I may not be able to go on this trip to Greece because I'm not going to be able to lug any bags or carry anything. And what came up for me was very interesting. I was not upset. I wasn't angry about that. I just started thinking, I guess this happened for a reason. And the first thing that I thought was, I didn't listen to my intuition. And the second thing I thought was, maybe things are supposed to be different than they're supposed to be in the future. So I offer that up to you as well. When things happen, maybe we can frame it in a way that, I guess I wasn't meant to do this, that, or the other. I'm not talking about violence. I'm not talking about some of the horrific things that are going on in the world. I'm talking about on a day-to-day when we're making decisions and we have plans and they're not always going accordingly. So that's what's coming up for me. And then the other thing, as crazy as it is, you would have thought that all of my nails would have broken off because I was holding on to the treadmill. And then when I tripped and went down, I was holding on, I believe, to the sides of the treadmill. I'm not really sure, but I do know that on this arm, I have the marks of the treadmill that were the tread itself was, it's a special kind of machine. I don't remember the name of it, but it's actually the thing that you run on is not smooth. It has, I don't know what they're called. I want to say slats, but that's not what the proper word is. So I actually have those indentations from the treadmill on my arm. And I guess that's a good memory. That's like a fighting memory saying, yay. So I'm not happy that this happens. I don't know what else will come up as a result of it, because I have to only take accountability for myself. I knew I shouldn't have worn those sneakers. I wore them anyway. And so I fell. And then the good news is I had people there who were taking care of me, who really cared. And I kept saying, I feel so badly because I've ruined the class, and, you're teaching the class and you're in the class. And what they said to me was just so comforting and just wonderful. They went above and beyond to make me feel safe. And I could have broken my teeth. I could have messed up my face. I could have hit my head. I could have had a concussion, but I didn't. So to me, the lesson learned, and that's why I'm doing this right now, is for us to trust the whisper within, to listen to our intuition. If your intuition is telling you something, like mine saying to me, change your sneakers, as simple as it sounds, listen to your intuition. I want to thank you so much for listening to me. I really do appreciate it. And I hope that your life is filled with peace and with joy. If you have any questions when it comes to learning how to listen or setting boundaries, please do reach out. I do have my contact details here. Let me see. I've got my websites here, so you can always reach out to me, or you can go to email Dr. Jacalyn at usaglobaltv.com. And finally, I'd like to close out, as I do with all of my shows, which is asking you to empower yourself to be part of a peace movement with 5 peace actions. Seeking peace within yourself and others. It starts with us. It's not about him or her or they or them. It's about me. It's about you. Looking for ways to be peaceful. With what's happened to me today, I am already at peace. I have already accepted that things will be different as a result of this, but I am peaceful. And I'm asking you, with all the things going on in the world, how can you find peace? And I ask you, are you posting things on social media that are filled with hate, that are polarized? Or are you someone who is leading a life of kindness, gratitude, and graciousness? Are you saying things that are kind, that are true, that are necessary? Or are you showing up in a way that is not being true to yourself? I don't know the answer. I ask myself this every day. Every day I do the work, and it's not easy. And it gets confusing sometimes. We see what's going on in the world. We see people being just violently killed for no apparent reason. And there is no justification. And it's cause for us to be upset. Absolutely. In turn, does that mean that we then have to commit violence, or we then have to be filled with hatred? I say no. So seeking peace within yourself and others is a priority. Reaching out in service. I hear people say, I don't have time to donate. I don't have time to help anyone. I don't have time to give back. But if you look around in your world, there may be someone who could benefit from your expertise, from your knowledge. Every one of us knows things, has expertise in things. Who can you share that with? That is a great way to give back, whether it's in your family or your immediate circle or your community or wherever you celebrate religion or spirituality. Maybe it's wherever you work out, wherever you feel that you can make a difference, please do. Protecting the environment. I've heard people say, it's not my job. Someone else will come and do this. Someone else will take care of this. No, there is no someone else. It's you and it's me. It's you and it's me taking care of this planet. Respecting diversity. I love this one so much. I've told this story before, but when I was younger, my parents took me to New York. And I will never forget, we sat outside at a cafe, and there were people talking in all different kinds of languages. People looked different. They came from different cultures. And I was so intrigued. I thought, how cool is this? I would love to know what they're saying. I love the way they're dressed. And I've always been like that. I'm very curious to learn more about other people and how they think and what they do. But sometimes we're closed off and we see someone who looks different than we do, and we immediately start judging. We immediately say, oh, I don't want to be with them. We label, we discriminate. So I'm asking you to take it upon yourself to be curious about other people, other cultures, other languages, other way of doing things. It's so exciting. It actually brings back for me that childlike wonder, that curiosity. I just love it. And finally, being a responsible citizen of the world, realizing that this world is not just about you or me. It's about the collective. It's about doing what we can for each other. It's about lifting each other up. And today, when I fell off that treadmill, to have people come over and support me in so many ways, emotionally, physically, putting on bandages, helping take off my jewelry, helping, just being there, comforting me. It's going to be okay. Breathe. It was priceless. And that's what I want for all of us. And you may be judging me for what I'm saying right now, but you have to look in the mirror and go, what is it about what she's saying that's uncomfortable for me? Because it's really about you. It always comes back to us. And I'm not pointing fingers because I've done it myself. I do it myself. We have to be responsible for our thoughts and for our deeds. Thank you again for being here. I really do appreciate it. If you would subscribe to our channels. We have 2 YouTube channels, USA Global TV and Radio, and Dr. Jacalyn Kerbeck. I'd really appreciate it. And if you're interested in learning more about judgment, and as I said before, you may judge me for writing this book. You may judge me for the cover. But the truth is, until you read the book, you will have no idea what the book is about. You may think that it's just about religion because you see a stained glass. Religion's just a part of it. You may think, who is she to write this book? I'm a person who teaches communication skills. I teach listening skills. And so there is no possible way, based on my research, for us to have good communication if we are judging other people. So what I want you to take away from this episode and from this book is being aware of when we are judging other people, being aware of when we are being judged. And when we're being judged, how do we show up? Do we react? Do we become angry? Do we start being passive aggressive? Do we start name calling? How are you showing up? Because in truth, we can't be responsible for what anyone else does. But we can be responsible. We are responsible for how we react to what other people do and say. And so for me, what I like to do is I like to take a 6-second pause. Someone says something, I listen. And the first thing I think to myself is, I wonder what is coming up for that person that they just made that comment. When someone cuts you off in traffic, I wonder where they're going. It must be an emergency. I'm going to move over. There's so many different ways that you can look at things, but it's upon us to take the initiative. So that's what it is that I stand for with elevated listening. So again, thank you for listening. You can pick up a copy of this book. It's now available on Amazon. It'll be available in fine bookstores next week. It's coming out in hardback next week. Or you can pick up or a copy of Mastering the Power of Elevated Listening. This book contains Judgment Detox, and this book is entirely about judgment. So I would like to make the guarantee that if you actually read these books and you follow the tips that I give you, that you will have better relationships, deeper connections, and more authentic conversations. Or you can simply judge me and say, she's this, she's that, she doesn't know what she's talking about, but you will not get the tips and the tricks to have a better quality of life and find inner peace. Thank you again for listening. We are signing off now and going to our sponsors. We'll see you again for a future episode. Bye for now. USA Global TV and Radio proudly presents Tracy Cram-Perkins, a dementia caregiving survivor teaching how to balance care with peace of mind. #1 resource for dementia caregivers. It's the book Dementia Home Care: How to Prepare Before, During, and After. Over 17,000 copies sold of this must-have guide. And now a testimonial from Tracy Smith.
If I was to describe this book to someone who is going through a similar situation, I would underscore how important it is to have some sort of a tool or a guidebook to help you through certain stages. And there's so many, it's such an unknown topic to the average person. And to have this as a reference is essential. It's going to help you get through it personally, as well as help your loved one manage.
To learn more, go to tracycramperkins.com. Tracy Cram Perkins is an award-winning author. She's also the host of Dementia Home Care television show. Watch it here on USA Global TV and Radio.
Have you ever felt unheard? Like your words float into a void, leaving you invisible and disconnected? How about feeling judged, when assumptions overshadow your truth, leaving you misunderstood and defensive? And then there's that moment when someone offers solutions you never asked for, dismissing your feelings and leaving you more frustrated than before. It doesn't have to be this way. Dr. Jacalyn Kerbeck, the listening mentor, understands. She's here to help you reclaim your voice, build stronger connections, and create meaningful conversations that inspire understanding and mutual respect. Through her groundbreaking books, online and in-person courses, and interactive workshops, you'll learn how to navigate life's most challenging interactions. Discover the power of elevated listening and transform how you communicate. Master setting boundaries and asking permission to protect your peace. Learn to recognize and release judgment, fostering empathy and true connection. Dr. Kerbeck also offers personalized coaching, one-on-one or group sessions, designed to fit your unique needs. Whether in person or virtually on StreamYard, her guidance will empower you to thrive. You don't have to struggle alone. The path to deeper connections and better relationships start here. Visit drjacalyn.com or usaglobaltv.com. Join a global community of empowered listeners and transform your life, one meaningful conversation at a time. Dr. Jacalyn Kerbeck is the listening mentor. Start your journey today.
Get ready to wear the brand that's changing the world of media. Introducing the official USA Global TV and Radio online store. From our TV show hosts to our incredible global guests, you asked, we delivered. Rep your appearance with pride. Whether you've been on air, hosted a show, or tuned in, we have something just for you. Visit us at usaglobaltvradioshoп.myspreadshop.com and start shopping today. Check back frequently. We're dropping fresh new designs all the time. Showcase your role in our global community. These designs celebrate your voice, your story, your presence. It's more than just merchandise. It's a movement of hope, inspiration, education, and elevated listening. Head to usaglobaltvradioshoп.myspreadshop.com. Your spotlight awaits. USA Global TV and Radio. Elevate your style. Elevate the world.
Thank you, viewers and listeners of USA Global TV and Radio, for joining us today. We're honored to have your time and attention as part of our global community. At USA Global TV and Radio, we believe in the power of authentic conversations, meaningful connections, and creating a world of possibilities together. Want to be part of something bigger? Join our team of elevated listeners at usaglobaltv.com, a space where your voice matters and your ability to listen transforms relationships. Stay connected with us across all our platforms for thought-provoking discussions, expert insights, and empowering stories. Subscribe to our channels at youtube.com/c/USA Global TV. Follow us on social media and explore the endless opportunities we're creating for growth, learning, and inspiration. Together, we're not just broadcasting. We're building bridges and changing lives one conversation at a time. For inquiries, contact us at info@usaglobaltv.com. Music by Johnny Dyes. Produced by Executive Producer and Director Dr. Jacalyn Kerbeck. Voiceover by Mike Porter. Creative Direction by Paul Garcia. All rights reserved. Copyright 2025. Visit usaglobaltv.com to view our full terms and conditions.